When John Woodson started driving in Iraq, he thought the fighting was over.
At that particular time in '04, when I did go, George Bush had said the mission was completed there, and that things had been calmed down, and that the U.S. military would be there protecting the civilian workers, as what I was. So I readily went.
Cindy Morgan went too, signing up to drive trucks in September 2003.
At the time, I was trying to get away from an abusive husband that I kept running, ex-husband that I kept running into.
A single mother of 3 from Tennessee, Morgan was barely making ends meet when she found out she could make $80,000 a year tax-free working as a truck driver for KBR. She did 3 tours over 3 years. Once while her oldest son, Kenny, was there serving as an Army specialist.
I went to support the troops, and my son being a soldier, to support him.
You mentally train yourself. If this happens, do this. If this happens, do this. If this happens, do that. So, and you go over it so many times in your head so that when that stuff happens, that adrenaline hits that system like a freaking brick wall.
Late one night, on a trip back from delivering ice to U.S. troops, Morgan turned on her video camera moments after an attempted ambush of her convoy just outside Baghdad.
Nobody's hit, right? It's all right. It's all right. We're okay. We're okay.
I'm just talking to myself.
It's all right. Everybody move to the right. All righty, eyeballs, everybody.
In the war's first year, private contractors were right there with the troops, and casualties and injuries were low. But as the first anniversary of the invasion approached, attacks on both U.S. troops and contractors increased. When 6 contractors were killed driving a supply convoy on the road to Baghdad's airport on April 9, 2004, Americans got a new picture of what was to come. Attacks on convoys continued throughout 2004 and into 2005. Then in September 2005, a KBR convoy drove into an ambush when it took a wrong turn.
I figured we were all going to be killed. And they started talking, just bombarding us with rocks. You could see there was a trench that was dug on the left side of the road. And I'm thinking, this is going to be bad.
Art Faust was unarmed, along with all of his fellow civilian drivers. They could only wait and watch.
God damn!
One of the survivors, Preston Wheeler, videotaped the execution of a driver in a truck ahead of him. In the end, 3 KBR employees were killed.
They just killed him! Oh, Jesus. They just killed him. Oh, my God.
And there was 3 of us that were killed and 3 of us that were critically injured. And we had to sit there for 20 minutes taking on small arms fire, not moving, just sitting there.
Keep rolling.
Each year across Iraq, contractors continue to do the same dangerous work. At least 60 companies are now employing civilian workers. The biggest is still KBR, with an $18.5 billion contract to provide all the food, lodging, and supplies for U.S. troops, and to help rebuild Iraq's infrastructure. While congressional committees are still demanding answers about the hiring, costs, and deployment of so many civilian contractors, they get few answers. But do the math. If you add the 770 civilian workers known to have died in Iraq to the more than 3,300 U.S. military troops lost, the American death toll in Iraq alone is actually 25% higher than the American public has been told.
When an American soldier is killed overseas, it's reported on all the media networks,